Be sure to share this with anybody that you think would be interested in learning more about collagen. That's what I'm going to be talking about today. For those of you who are brand new to me and are not familiar with me, I want you to know that I'm Dr. Amy Myers. I'm the medical director of Austin Ultra Health. I'm a functional medicine physician, and I'm the New York Times bestselling author of The Autoimmune Solution and The Thyroid Connection. So let's get started, everybody, with what in the world is collagen. So y'all have probably, if you are attuned to Facebook and the internet, you have probably been seeing collagen popping up all over the place, particularly those people who are following an autoimmune paleo diet, the Myers Way, a paleo diet in general. You've probably heard a lot about collagen. Many of you all might be familiar with its, aiding in, good skin and hair and nails. So you've probably seen it all over the beauty aisles, but now it's really starting to pop up in all kinds of articles on Facebook. You're seeing everybody promoting their collagen. And so I just wanted to kind of dive into what exactly is collagen. What is this whole rage all about? So collagen actually comes from the Greek word kolla, which is meaning glue. And it's a fibrinous protein that's found throughout our body and in our organs, our skin, our hair, our muscles, our teeth, tendons, joints. It's everywhere. It's kind of the glue that's keeping everything together. And there are a lot of different types of collagen, but the one that we're going to be talking about today is type 1 collagen. Nearly 90% of our body, or 90% of the collagen in our body, is made up of type 1 collagen. And gram for gram, it's even stronger than steel. So that really gives you some idea about how it's really holding our body together. And as we age, naturally, we begin to deplete our collagen stores. And by 40, they begin to deplete more quickly than we can actually, our body can reproduce it. And by 60, we've lost nearly half of it. And so a lot of people are wondering, can you take collagen and will that have the same effect? And the answer is yes. And I'm going to tell you a lot of benefits that collagen can have. Now, when it's in skin creams and things like that, I cannot speak to that. I don't know how well it's absorbed through the skin. Anybody who knows me knows that I basically use Dr. Bronner's to wash my face. So I don't use any of those anti-aging serums or anything like that. So I can't speak from personal experience, but I can speak from personal experience as well as experience of working with literally thousands of patients in my clinic using collagen as a supplement. And so that's what we're going to be talking about today. And if you know me, you know I love the gut, and I'm always talking about leaky gut, because if you have an autoimmune condition or a thyroid condition or basically any chronic illness, you likely have a leaky gut. And so I am always focused on trying to heal your leaky gut. And collagen is one of those things that is like, really super, I don't want to call it a miracle drug or something like that and getting, FDA non-compliant. So we'll just say it's really beneficial for those people suffering from leaky gut. So, as you know, nearly 60 to 80% of your immune system's in your gut. And so we really want to heal that leaky gut. And the villi in our gut are actually made up of collagen. So those things that are opening and closing in order to allow food in, but that in a leaky gut can inadvertently stay open, those are actually made of collagen. So when we take collagen as a supplement form, it can actually seal up those holes. It's like glue that literally glues them back together or seals them back together. And it also helps in building new tissue in the gut. So it's one of my really first go-tos for healing leaky gut. So anybody out there dealing with autoimmunity, thyroid, chronic disease, leaky gut, definitely adding collagen in could be very helpful to heal your leaky gut. So one of the other things that you already likely know, because I mentioned it, is that, taking collagen can be extremely helpful for repairing your skin, repairing or building hard nails, and also hair, getting hair. There are some studies that have shown that taking supplemental collagen can actually reverse hair loss. So that is a huge complaint I see, and one that I get typically all the time when I'm doing a Facebook Live or my customer service, is people with thyroid dysfunction who have a hair loss going on and want to know what can they do to help slow or reverse the hair loss. And collagen is one of those things that it can do. Also can help with cellulite and also tightening up your skin. Again, that's when you're taking it in a supplement form. I don't know about the topical. I don't know about the topical forms. Okay, those of you with joint pain, if you have lupus, if you have rheumatoid arthritis, collagen can be really helpful too. So collagen is what allows your joints and your tendons and your ligaments to just move more easily. And of course, as we age, our joints naturally become more stiff and possibly even painful or swollen because we don't have all that collagen. So collagen has glycine and proline, which are amino acids in them that help to reduce joint pain and to increase the joint mobility. And of course, they also have anti-inflammatory properties, just like taking like a ibuprofen or a Motrin. So collagen is something that you can add in terms of helping with joint pain from either, regular osteoarthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, or just, aging if you're having some wear and tear going on from that. One of the other reasons why I really like collagen, as I've already mentioned, it contains glycine, and glycine can really help with a number of things. It's great for detoxing, but it can also help with converting energy from glucose into energy. And that means that if you have more energy, it's going to help build muscle for us. And when we have more muscle, then our metabolism is going to be higher rest than if we have more fat. So we always want to make sure we have more muscle. And a way to do that is to add collagen into your diet because it's going to help you build more lean muscle. There are also some studies showing that it can reduce your appetite. So lately, since we have a new collagen that I'll talk to you guys about later, I've been drinking it every morning, first thing in the morning, just literally in a cup of water. And I'll talk about that in a minute, or you can add it to hot tea. But I get up and just drink a cup of collagen. And it's really been helpful in terms of satiating me and filling me up. So anybody out there who's looking maybe to even lose some weight, it's typically not something my patients are trying to do because the diet itself does that for them. But for those of you who are looking to lose some weight, you could simply add some collagen in, add the protein, going to help you build muscle, particularly when incorporated with exercise, particularly like HIIT activities. And then it's going to satiate you. So there was a study showing a 20% reduction in food take following a breakfast when collagen peptides were introduced at breakfast. Another thing that I love about collagen is that it can help protect your heart. So it can help obliterate fat deposits in your arteries, and it can help repair tissues of the arteries as well. So there have been some studies linking it to preventing atherosclerosis. So, heart disease, particularly in women, is a huge deal. Let me pop back over and see. Allison Davis is saying, nice, her sister's shedding hair, so she's hoping that will help her out. We have, let's see, we'll check into some people who are just saying hi. We have Tessa, we have Louise, we have my husband Javier joined, we have Karen Kennedy from Ontario, hello. Marie's asking how beautiful Elle is. She's amazing, so I'm hoping that she'll get to come tell you guys hello at the end. Mary from St. Paul, Minneapolis. Leanne from El Paso. We have let's see who else we have. We have Elvin from Sweden. Hi from Sweden. I'm so glad we're doing these in the afternoon. Some people ask, and we do them in the afternoon really so that people from all over the world or some parts of the world outside the United States can tune in, because we also got feedback from a lot of people that when we do these that they'd have to watch the replay and they wouldn't get to ask their questions. All right, so two more things that I want to talk to you about collagen and why it's so beneficial is for bone formation. So as we age, particularly us women, we have to worry about osteopenia and osteoporosis these days for a lot of people. So our bones are actually a third made of collagen. So it really gives them their flexibility. And so they're constantly turning over. And when we add in collagen, then it's going to help increase the bone mineral density. And that there have been several studies that show that osteoporosis can be prevented and sometimes even reversed just by adding in collagen. So those of you who have osteopenia or osteoporosis, adding in collagen could be a really wonderful thing for you to do as well. And then one of my other favorites, besides healing a leaky gut, which is my number one favorite, my second favorite is that it helps improve detoxification. So remember, I mentioned to you glycine, one of the main amino acids found in collagen, really is helpful for detoxification. It helps our liver detoxify from toxins. And, actually at various periods in my life have taken glycine in and of itself just to help my liver detoxify, but also to help me get to sleep. So before I found the amber glasses that we now carry and the melatonin that we carry that have been game changers for me, and I'm going to be doing some Facebook Lives and more information about that. Although they are available on my website now, we haven't really done any big promotion surrounding them. But if you haven't heard me talk about amber glasses, I talk about it in both of my books. So before I found those two things, I was using glycine pretty regularly to help me sleep. So it's very calming. It actually has a really sweet taste to it. And it, like I said, can help you sleep. But it also, the main thing that it does is helps with liver detoxification. So you guys, of course, might be wondering, well, how can you get more collagen into your diet? Well, bone broth, you've probably heard tons of information. I talk about it. I recommend it in both my books. Drinking bone broth in the morning or twice a day, every day, can be extremely helpful. It's very high in collagen. But a lot of people, it can be expensive if you're getting a really high quality one over the counter. If you're buying one, there are a lot of companies coming online these days selling bone broth, and they can be amazing, but you want to make sure you're getting grass-fed, pasture-raised, and that could be really expensive when somebody's making that for you. So you can, of course, make it yourself, and you can throw it all in the crock pot. And for some people, that's going to be super easy, and they can do that every day. And for other people, that's going to be really time-consuming. So a really good way is, of course, to just add it in as a supplement form. Now, for me, finding a really high quality collagen powder was pretty difficult. I was really picky. I wanted it to be grass-fed. I wanted it to be pasture-raised, non-GMO, of course, gluten-free. So we finally, since I had one that I was using, we're having problems with that supplier. And so we finally got our own in today that I have formulated, and it's right here. It's called, the Myers Way Collagen Protein. And it's super easy. I just want to show you guys how super easy it is. The formula that I have here, first of all, has 12 grams per serving of protein in it. And you can add it to a hot cup of tea and just mix it in, and it will dissolve completely. And the proteins, if you definitely don't want to like make your tea and stick it in the microwave. You want to make your tea, have it sitting there, and then add the collagen in, because at super high heats, I suppose you could alter the molecular structure of the proteins. And we, of course, do not want to do that. Or you can simply add it into room temperature or even cold. One of the women was saying that she was drinking it with her iced coffee. So, I just take a scoop of it here. Sorry, you can't quite see me. I'll add a heaping teaspoon into this water, mix it in. It really dissolves well, and it's completely tasteless. So really, completely, it looks cloudy here, but it completely dissolves. It has absolutely no taste whatsoever to it. And so it's great because you can either drink it like that, or you can add it, like other people were saying, into their iced coffee, for me, I don't drink coffee, so I use Dandy tea and make a fake iced coffee, and you can add it there. I love adding it in even just as an extra boost into my smoothies every day. When I make one of the Myers Way paleo protein smoothies, if I want an even extra boost, then I'll add it in there as well. So I'm about to get to y'all's questions here in one quick second, but what I did want to tell you is that as I already mentioned, the collagen protein powder that we have now is grass-fed, is pasture-raised, it's 100% GMO free, and it's kosher. It's approved on all the Myers Way protocols, has 12 grams of collagen peptides per serving. You can, I don't think you can overdo it unless maybe you have kidney issues where you have to be concerned about your proteins, but I recommend one 1 tablespoon to 2 tablespoons a day. An easy way to do that. You can do it all at once, or you can do 1 in the morning, 1 at night. I like doing 1 in the morning, just with, like I said, water in the morning, rehydrate me, get me satiated, get me some protein since I've been, without food all night. And then I like doing it in a cup of hot tea before I go to bed. So that's how I personally use it. Okay, so let's get to some questions, and let me just pop back over to the Facebook page real quick. So Tassa, what did I say that helps with sleep? It's the glycine part of, it's one of the amino acids found in collagen, or just glycine. But also what I mentioned was amber glasses, and also melatonin. We have a sustained melatonin that comes out in 2 bursts. So it not only puts you to sleep, but it keeps you asleep. Okay. So here we go. Let's get into, so my staff wrote down some of the questions, and then I'll also try to pop back over and pick out some myself. So yes, Lorna, you have the top question that I get asked a million times with collagen, and I'm sorry I was going to beat you to it and already address this particular one. So do you have recommendations for scleroderma? Well, let's see. The only outside collagen I introduce in my body is with light therapy. So I'm not sure how you're getting collagen. I think if you're doing light therapy, then it's helping your body stimulate to produce more collagen. And if your body, is potentially attacking your collagen, if you feel that's helpful for you, I don't know a lot about light therapy. I actually had this question asked of me yesterday from one of my patients, and I don't know a lot about light therapy. However, there is no contraindication to be taking, what we say exogenous or outside supplemental form of collagen for those with scleroderma. So I don't know of any contraindication. I've not seen it be a problem. I've talked with my colleagues. They haven't seen it on a problem. They have not seen it as a problem either. Linda, is collagen okay on a low histamine diet? So you have to try that out. Some people do just fine with it. I had issues with histamine and I didn't have any problems taking collagen. Some people do have problems when they're doing the bone broth itself. Because, of all the different other amino acids and the histamines in the meat. So you might find that you can do bone broth, but you can't do the collagen, or you might find you can do the collagen, but you can't do the bone broth. You might find that you can't do either of them. So that's one of those ones with a low histamine diet that you really need to try out for yourself and see if you have any issues with it. I personally, when I had to be on a low histamine diet, didn't have any issues with taking collagen. So Lisa, is the Myers Way collagen also soy and dairy free? Yes, that's a great question. All of my supplements are dairy free and soy free, egg free, corn free, and gluten free, unless otherwise indicated. Now we have about, I think, a total of 4 supplements out of, 100 that we sell that have a trace amount of dairy, and that's the immune booster, and a trace amount of soy, which would be the curcumin phytozyme. And it's not typically the part of the protein that causes people problems. It's just part, in order, at least with the curcumin, it's a soy derivative to allow it to penetrate into the cell. But you have to be super, super sensitive to soy. I mean, we only literally have seen a few people ever have problems with that. So you can always be assured that even if I don't say it, all of my supplements are corn-free, dairy-free, soy-free, gluten-free, and egg-free, unless mentioned. The enzymes, not the chewables, but the oral enzymes, the capsule enzymes, have a derivative from egg. Again, typically not a protein that people have problems with, but we indicate that on my website. So you can be rest assured, literally, I think there are 3 supplements that I just mentioned that have one of the derivatives of those, but otherwise you can be assured that it's always free of all the top allergens. Sophie, do you ship to the United Kingdom? Yes, we do. We ship all over the world. We ship worldwide. Okay. So Dorothy, are there any known benefits during pregnancy, and can you take while pregnant? I think rather than known benefits of pregnancy, is there any harm in pregnancy? And I don't know any harm in pregnancy while taking collagen. This is something that your body is naturally producing. If you are low, or like in your 30s going into your 40s, you're already likely turning over more collagen than your body can produce. So Nicola, do you recommend it with breast cancer patients? Okay, so before I answer that question, I'm getting something from my staff. Can I clarify that this is an exclusive offer, is automatically applied, and no need for a code? So when you use that code, the amymd.io/collagen, it automatically gives you the 15% off. So you do not need to put in a coupon code. So this is something exclusive to you guys watching today with the Facebook Live. So I really wanted to pass this on. This is a new product for us. We literally just got it in stock today. We were, crossing our fingers and praying that it would arrive, since we had already sent out all the information about the Facebook Lives, and thankfully it did. So this is something I just, we're trying it out. Well, we're all trying it for the first time. I got an early bottle of it, but otherwise my staff hasn't even seen it yet. So we are, this is brand new. And so I wanted to have an introductory offer for all of you guys who've been so kind and supportive and following me on Facebook and reading the newsletters and whatnot. So this is just for you guys. Okay, like and share this if you want. Pass it on to other people who you think would be interested in the benefits of collagen. If you're just joining us now, I've already gone through 7 benefits of collagen. So this will be up on the Facebook page. We'll also email this out later. So you will, if you're just joining us, you can go back and listen to all the benefits of collagen. So Nicola, I can't advise, medically, individual advice. About you and breast cancer. I don't know of any contraindication with breast cancer and collagen. Yeah. So when I've tried collagen in the past, I get cold sores, which I read is from the arginine lysine ratio. Yeah, I mean, there are studies out there, not with collagen, but with people who do get outbreaks of, so herpes outbreaks, whether that's a cold sore on your mouth or, or labial outbreak, that can happen in general when you're eating a lot of foods that are high in arginine. You can certainly counteract that by taking more lysine. I haven't really found that to be an issue in general with people with taking collagen. So, I think, what I'd be focusing on here is, why are you having these? Are you stressed? Do you have a leaky gut? And the herpes virus is getting through and stimulating your immune system. What's going on? So I think I would try adding in more lysine and see if that counteracts it for you. Allison, is it better to take at bedtime, or does it really matter? I don't think that it has glycine in it. I think if you're going to try to use glycine in the collagen for sleep, you're better off taking more glycine, because the concentration of glycine in here is, it's not really going to put you to sleep. So I would say that, is it better to take it at bedtime? I think you can take it whenever you want. It's kind of one of those things, what's the best blender to use? The one you're going to use. What's the best stress relief technique? The one you're going to use. So when is the best time to take collagen? Whenever you're going to take it. There's not really a good time. It doesn't really matter if it's, by itself on an empty stomach, if it's, added into a smoothie or something. I mean, certainly if you're taking it just in tea, or, in a cup of water like I have here. See, it's all, I don't know if you can see that, but completely dissolved now. This is the water that I added the collagen in. In fact, I have another cup of water over here, and I had to kind of look at the two, and this one had less water in it. So that's how I know it's this one. I'm going to take a sip, actually. What I was going to say is, if you're taking it in just water, it's going to be more absorbed because it's not competing with anything else. When you add it into a smoothie and you have other protein, or you have fruits and vegetables and all that other stuff, all that stuff needs to be digested. When you're taking it here in a cup of water, it's not really competing, and nothing else needs to be digested there. So I would say that it's probably more readily absorbed if you take it in tea or water, or just in a plain liquid, rather than adding it to a smoothie or adding it into food. I mean, theoretically, you could stir it into a cup of soup if you wanted to do that, but then it's going to be competing with all that other food that you're eating. So I think if you want the most absorption, it's probably best to kind of do as a cup of water or tea or something like that. How many ounces in a container? So there are 38 servings in a container. It's a good thing I can read that. So 1 scoop and there's 38. So if you do 1 a day, this will last you a little over 16 ounces or 38 servings. So this will last you a little over a month if you do it once a day. If you're doing it twice a day, it's going to last you, about 20 days. So, okay. So Jacqueline, will it help with fibromyalgia and muscle pain? So I think that it can aid with those things. And, if you're having fibromyalgia and muscle pain, and if you have not already followed the program and the autoimmune solution, I would highly recommend that. And of course, I incorporate collagen and bone broth, in both of those, in that book, and the thyroid connection as well. So Tom, I'm struggling with autoimmune inflamed kidneys. Can I consume this as well? You can. I would just definitely be chatting with your nephrologist, if that's who you're seeing, about how much protein you can consume in a day. I mean, this is really, collagen's different than eating a steak, because you're getting, all the other amino acids and the proteins need to be broken down. This is almost not quite as close to like free form amino acids, which should be much more readily and easily absorbed by your kidneys. But those with kidney issues do need to be concerned about the amount of protein. So you would need to chat with your doctor, or of course, chat with my wellness coach or nutritionist, Dana, about, helping you personally. So Danielle Corrick, hey Danielle, so good to see you on here. I haven't seen you in so long. Love to see you and the girls. She said she's excited to try this. Thanks. I have somebody asking if I do consultations. I don't personally do online consultations right now. I have quite a long waiting list for patients. So my registered dietitian, Dana, is doing a wellness coaching, which is about as close as you can get to doing a consultation with me. She's really great. We have a place we can refer you to get some labs. She can go over that with you. So we'll put the link if anybody's interested in wellness coaching. And also we have lots of programs. I don't know if you guys know, but I have the autoimmune solution as a 6-week program, online program that walks you through the autoimmune solution program. And then of course, I have the autoimmune solution book, which is now in paperback. So it's like less than $10 on Amazon. If you are out of the country, Book Depository. I don't know if you can see in the back, but the autoimmune solution's been translated into about 8 different languages. Pretty cool to see the one in Taiwanese up at the top. Apparently it was like a top hitter, equivalent to the New York Times bestseller in Taiwan. So that was pretty exciting and fun. And then of course the thyroid connection. So there's a lot of ways to get help. And then if you're not on my newsletter, signing up for my newsletter, because we have free articles that go out every week, recipes, discounts on supplements, things like that. So there are a lot of ways that I try to give back and offer free or very inexpensive, through books and things like that, programs to help you guys. So Lilana has leaky gut and is gluten intolerant. This product will be perfect for you, and so will many of my programs. So Kelly's asking, how soon should someone start to see the difference in symptoms, leaky gut, hair, and nails? Well, it's all different. So our nails and our hair and our skin, or at least our hair, can take 3 months to turn over. So sometimes you feel like I'm not seeing anything, but then all of a sudden you see it. So certainly if you're somebody who's losing hair, you might not see that it's stopping, but you might notice that you have more hair growth suddenly. Or it takes a while for our nails to grow out, our skin to turn over. So those take longer. Our gut cells, though, can turn over in 24 to 48 hours. So, I mean, you might begin to see improvements right away. So some people can't tell that they have a leaky gut, so you might not actually notice anything, whereas other people might have digestive issues in addition to their leaky gut, and then they, of course, can actually notice or feel something, by healing their gut. So let me see if there are, and what else I wanted to say, Beverly, does it help fibromyalgia and dry eyes? So what I would wonder is if you have ever been checked for something called Sjogren's, which is an autoimmune condition that causes dry eyes. So things that I think, so yes, it could help fibromyalgia. I would definitely be following the program in the autoimmune solution. And I would definitely be adding in fish oils for your dry eyes and make sure you're staying really well hydrated. So I don't know about collagen specifically for dry eyes. There are a few other things that come to my mind first. So few other things that I wanted to say to you guys. I have been challenged with trying to do more Facebook Lives and maybe doing more, but not as in depth. So maybe just hopping on for 10 or 15 minutes, even 5 sometimes, just to answer questions. So what I'd love you to do if you don't have any more questions about collagen is put, maybe write FB or FB : and then your question of what you'd like me to answer in a future Facebook Live. So I'm going to try to get something set up. I don't know that I can commit to the exact same time every day, but I'm going to try to get some really short Facebook Live set up rather than these hour-long things. We'll still do these hour-long ones where we can go more in depth into a certain topic, but I'd love to kind of answer quick questions for people. So please know that when you're putting this in, I cannot offer specific medical advice. Please, as much as I'd love to hear all about your personal condition and, the ins and outs and how long and how long that, I can't answer personal questions. So if you have a general question like, is collagen okay to take with scleroderma? How long does it take to heal my gut? How do I know when my gut is healed? Things like that. Those would be great questions to ask me, and I'll be happy to answer them. Either we'll bundle a few of them together and answer them, or if it's long enough, I can, spend more time answering them. So if you just put Facebook and then a colon and then ask your question, we'll know that that's for a future Facebook Live, and I'd love to be able to answer those. We're also going to start doing something called the Myers Medical Minute, and we'll be asking for questions there too. So if you want to put MM and then colon, and that will be your question for a future Myers Medical Minute. So if you want to put those down in the comments below, my staff will know. They'll get those off of the Facebook Live after this is over. And even if you're watching this as a replay and it's not live, you're still welcome to add those questions down below, and you guys will be notified when I start doing even more regular Facebook Lives. So just real quick to recap before, and then I'll answer a few more questions, and then I'll bring in my little guest of honor, what we've been talking about today is collagen, and I have released today, my staff hasn't even gotten a bottle of it yet, but the collagen protein powder that I formulated because I was having a really hard time finding a really high quality. So this is grass-fed, pasture-raised beef. It's non-GMO. That's really hard to find. It's, of course, kosher. It's gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free, corn-free, everything free, except for it is not vegan. It is filled with beef protein. And right now, if you guys enter between now and Friday evening, we have a code which is AMYMD, AMYMD.io/collagen, COLLAGEN, and you'll get 15% off between now and Friday at midnight. And you do not need to add in any extra code for that. That will automatically give you the discount. That's a special code that we're only giving to you right now on the Facebook Live. That's not a code we've given out anywhere else. So that will automatically give you your discount. So does it help with Hashimoto's? So I like to think of things about things as a one-to-one. Does something help one-to-one to help something, or is it a secondary correlation? So in terms of a 1-to-1 correlation, or let me just say in terms of a 1-to-2 correlation or a 2-to-2 correlation, maybe I'm not speaking right, I'm not really sure, but it helps heal your leaky gut, which is going to help heal your Hashimoto's. I mean, that is one of the absolute first steps in healing your Hashimoto's, is to heal your leaky gut. So, so definitely super helpful there. It also helps to reduce inflammation, which is going to help with Hashimoto's, but I don't know of a 1-to-1, like taking collagen, you know, decreases antibodies. Like I know taking 200 micrograms of selenium, like found in the Myers Way multivitamin that I also had to formulate because I could not find a multivitamin that had everything that I needed for somebody with thyroid dysfunction and autoimmunity. So there are studies showing that just taking 200 micrograms of selenium by itself will decrease your Hashimoto's antibodies. So I don't know of anything like that with collagen, but I do know that it's going to help to heal your leaky gut. And I do know that it's going to help decrease inflammation. And those two things are definitely going to help your Hashimoto's. And of course, if you haven't, definitely you'll want to follow the program in my book, the Thyroid Connection.